You're watching Nerdosity.
Hey, what's up, Nerdosity? Today I am with my mom again, and we're going to be doing Reddit stories again, but fun for you guys. I'm also going to be doing my hair, because it needs to be done. You don't think it gets like my good braids out of nowhere. My mom doesn't. So we're going to, she's going to do my hair however she thinks will be best, and we'll be doing Reddit stories, so we'll see how good that goes. AITA for refusing to cut a client's extremely long hair. I'm a hairstylist. I had Mom book her daughter in for a trim and color with me. I'm not their usual stylist. The stylist they usually go to is on holiday, and I was recommended to them by a friend. When the mom booked the trim and color in, she specified that her daughter had long hair and asked if that was okay for me to handle. The receptionist said yes, because I have a lot of clients with waist-length hair. Waist length is usually the longest hair I will cut. I have never had a client with hair longer than this. Due to issues with my knee, I can't kneel down for long. I'm awaiting surgery. When they turned up for the appointment, the daughter had her hair up in a bun, so I couldn't see the full length of her hair. The mom thanked me for being able to fit her daughter in, and she said that their usual stylist isn't available. It can be difficult to get her daughter an appointment due to her hair length. When the daughter sat in my chair, I asked her to take her hair down so that I could brush through it before we started her ombre color. When she took her hair down, I noticed it was much longer than I expected. I asked her how long her hair was, and she said it was knee length. She brushed her hair back so that it was all going down the back of the chair, and it was well past the length I was comfortable cutting at. I would have to kneel down to do the color and to cut her hair. I waved the mom over as I told the daughter to take off the gown. I apologized to the mom and told her that I would not be able to cut her daughter's hair due to its length. I explained that it was too long for me to cut, as I could not kneel down to cut her hair. Understandably, the mom was upset that I was refusing to cut her daughter's hair. She demanded the booking fee back. I informed her that the £50 booking fee was non-refundable, and she would have been told this at the time of the booking. She then demanded to speak to the manager of the salon. I told her that I would get her the owner. The owner of the salon did refund her money. She told me that I shouldn't have taken the booking if I couldn't cut hair that long. I told her that the length had never been specified to me. The receptionist was just told long, and that long hair in our area is usually no longer than waist length. She knows I can't kneel without being in pain. The mom has since been writing on the Facebook page of the salon complaining that I refuse to cut her daughter's hair because I can't actually cut long hair. I feel bad that the mom is upset about this, but at the same time, it was never specified how long her daughter's hair actually was. Am I the butthole?
No, wait a minute. This woman wanted her daughter's haircut.
Yeah.
And they said it was long.
Yeah.
But they never told the hairdresser. And did the hairdresser tell them at the time of the booking that they couldn't?
No. I mean, I would think that if the hairstylist had a problem with kneeling, that she would have asked how long exactly the hair was. You know?
Well, usually she said waist length is the normal. I wouldn't have cut it either if I couldn't bend over.
Right. I don't think she's
just give her money back and that's it.
Right. I don't think she's the butthole for not doing the hair because of her pain. But I think she should have, refunded her the money instead of referring her to the owner. Because honestly, it was the hairstylist's own fault for not making sure that the length was comfortable for her before booking. Because it's not like the customers would know that she had a bum knee, right?
No, but the person doing the booking is, I take it out of her paycheck.
You mean the receptionist?
The receptionist, because she's
should
the
know.
one that
should have asked,
know.
Right?
Usually when you get being a hairdresser, it's normally what you do.
Right.
You just go
You have to
anything
ask.
blind and let somebody walk in.
You have to
your
ask
office.
everything.
Yeah.
Apparently, the video stopped, so That's why my hair is more done than when the video ended. This Reddit video will be a little haphazard, but
Still fun.
sorry for this weird Reddit video. Next week, I think I'll either have another list or I'll have a Reddit video with my mom and my dad. Am I the butthole for purposely making spam callers feel bad? I'm 31, female, and my stepdad died last year, and we were all on a family cell phone plan. Since he died, real estate developers, roofing companies, hurricane window salespeople, etc. call me constantly to ask about selling or working on his house, which has already been sold, which is another story in of itself. Because I guess they see my cell phone number attached to the address. If I answer, I tell these people that they're harassing a family member of a deceased person and that they're terrible, stupid people, and how would they like it if I called them daily about their dead dad. My friend witnessed this the other day and said I was being unnecessarily cruel and taking my grief out on an innocent person. But I feel like if these people cold call randos and won't leave me alone, they deserve to get ripped in a new one, and maybe I'll get pulled off their list. But I see her point and she's right. I am still pretty angry with the universe about his premature death. Am I the butthole? How much respect is owed to spam callers?
Spam callers shouldn't be a spam caller.
Someone said not the butthole, spam callers are a plague. They are. They're awful.
That's what I said. They call back, like somebody called me from Maine, just because I have a Maine 207. And so
they called back repeatedly.
I called, and so I said, I have been declining you guys forever.
Months.
I don't even live in Maine.
Right. Leave me alone.
He called back 2 weeks later.
Yeah. I have this one.
Did the list turn around or something?
I have this one spam caller who's been like just dogging me for months every single day, and it's insane. I hate it. It's not correct.
What?
I don't know. I decline it every single time. I haven't talked to him.
The Maine number?
No, it's like California. So I'm not even
I
there.
don't know anybody in
Exactly. So someone's like, not the butthole. If I'm home and when they call, I ask them to hang on, then put a pot over the phone and beat the crap out of it.
Yeah, lovely.
That's hilarious. Wow. It's insane. No, you're not the butthole. Spam callers need, I don't know why they wake up every morning and think their job is super fun and this is definitely a good thing to do to people. I wonder if spam callers get spam called, and how do they feel?
They do.
That's insane.
They probably hang up.
Literally, how can you wake up every day and be like, yeah, this is a good gig. I'm doing good for the world as a spam caller. That's insane.
Well, how do you know it's a spam caller? You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Unless it comes over on your telephone, it says spam.
Oh, yeah, mine always says spam on it. Potential spam, and I'm like, potential? Let me click that off.
Right. But
It's usually spam.
You might not even know. And it might be somebody else that you really know that got a new number.
They'll text me. If they really want to get in contact with me, they'll text me. Am I the butthole for kidnapping my friend and leaving her husband with the kids?
No.
She had the kidnapping in quotes. We're all 35, and my friend Jill and her husband Marv have 2 kids. Marv, oh gosh, what are we, home alone? Have 2 kids, 6 and 11. Jill works from home and Marv works at a retail job down the road. Recently, Jill and I have been trying to hang out more, but it's usually at their place while the kids are there. I love our kids, but it means that when I'm there, they're always hanging on to us and trying to get our attention, and we can't really have the full conversation we would like to. When I am there, and Marv is there as well, he usually is posted on the couch with his phone doing whatever while Jill and I talk and hang out with the kids. Finally, we decided to plan one day a month where her and I can escape for a few hours so she can truly have adult time. Keep in mind that after his retail shifts, Marv will at least twice a week go hang out with his coworkers at their place or at a bar. Well, the first day of our scheduled escape comes up and he's throwing a fit about it. He knew it was happening and that it meant he would have to be watching the kids for 3 hours, but still he's in a meltdown over it. how it's not fair that she can just abandon the kids with him. And what if an emergency happens?
Those two, he ain't fit to be a dad.
Yeah, he's not a dad, clearly. He's neglectful, and he doesn't spend any time with his kids, clearly. So, what if an emergency happens, that she just wants to leave the house so she can get hit on, and so on? Gosh, he's saying that if we want to go anywhere, we have to take the kids. He even said, take them to Chuck E. Cheese. They'll be preoccupied, and you can have your adult talk. Going to somewhere like that is a literal nightmare for me, as I do not have nor want kids, but it's also not doing Jill any favors, as the kids will still need to be supervised anyway. And they'll be
Right there.
yeah, pulling us around, showing us everything that they're doing. Very cute and I love it, but that's not the goal of the day. Anyway, I showed up and we quickly got into my car and we go to the bar that's within view of the backyard. It was close enough for her to be able to get home in 45 seconds if there was an emergency, but we've got to have our much needed adult time. Now he's wigging out, saying I'm a butthole and that I'm banned from being over there. Wow, because I'm trying to split up their marriage. Oh my gosh! Little does he know, her and I talked about the ways that they can grow in their relationship and get some happiness. Anyway, was I a butthole for picking her up? With there being the insecurity issue in him, I do feel bad that he was experiencing that, and I'm left wondering if it was the wrong thing to do. For some info, they've been married for 13 years. There's never been an instance of infidelity on either side. And if Jill were to flirt with someone while we were out, I would absolutely be pissed off at her and give her an earful. Wow. So what do you think, Ma? Is she the butthole?
No, he is. But
He is,
I don't
for sure.
understand how he can go and hang out with his friends
and not let her do it.
Twice.
A week.
And she only go once a
month. That's
gotta
insane.
She crazy.
So someone was like, what do you mean I, as the father, have to take care of my own children? Then they were like, totally not the butthole. Parenting should be a partnership, and sometimes one parent needs a break. Not the butthole. I think his comments about her getting hit on is just an excuse because he sounds pretty incompetent. If there's an emergency, he should be able to handle it, or he's not a full-grown adult man. He just doesn't want to be bothered. Ugh. Wow. Plus, if bars are only for hitting on people, he goes out twice a week to bars with his friends. Just saying. Oh yeah, you know what? Maybe he's projecting. Maybe he's getting hit on and he likes it and then realizes if she goes to a bar,
people
that too.
At the bar.
And if she goes to a bar, then clearly she's going to have the same treatment that he does, and he doesn't want that. He wants to have his cake, but not let her have any cake. And he just doesn't want to take care of the kids. Why did you have them if you're not wanting and willing to take care of them?
Those are the candles on top of the cake. He only wanted the cake. Evidently.
Yeah, someone was like, not the butthole. If Marv is that insecure after 13 years of a faithful marriage that Jill can't go and enjoy a girls' night out without thinking she'll cheat on him, then he needs therapy. If Marv is so inept after 11 years of fatherhood that 3 hours alone with a kid is too much for him, then he needs parenting classes. Those two things make Marv the butthole. But what really bothers me is his cavalier use of the word abandon. There aren't many things that I can think of that are more manipulative than accusing a dedicated mother of abandoning her children to have 3 hours once a month to enjoy some relaxation outside of parenting. Honestly, it's a disgusting thing to say and do to one's partner. But then, unilaterally banning her friend from her home because his wife ignored his attempts at manipulating her into submission and isolation, that's beyond butthole status. Oh yeah, I forgot that he banned her completely. That's insane. Like, he's just saying, you don't get to have any more friends because you left me with the kids. Am I the butthole for buying my husband fries?
Oh.
Am I the butthole for buying my husband his own fries?
No. Because I would buy him his own fries quick, like if I was greedy and wanted my own fries. That just save our marriage and the whole day because it's going to be a fight. I'm telling you now, it's going to go down if no. Not unless we was already sharing and came up saying we was going to share in the beginning.
Right.
Otherwise,
I and my husband went to a local burger place this weekend for lunch after running errands. He didn't want any fries, just a cheeseburger and a milkshake. I got a combo meal with fries and a soda. I asked him if he's sure, and he says yes. We order and we pay. I pay and we sit down. Once we're called up for our food, and I come back with it, he almost instantly grabs one of my fries. I told him to knock it off, and he kept taking fries and telling me he was only taking a few. I got fed up, went up and paid for a small fry for him, and sat back down. This was all done pretty abruptly and in silence. He muttered something and asked me why I couldn't have just shared. I told him because I wanted the amount of fries and a large fry, and insisted that it was fine. And he insisted it was fine because he was only taking a couple. But I knew from past experiences, he'd clear half my plate. I didn't talk to him the entire car ride home, and now he's even angry at me for giving him the cold shoulder. Am I the butthole for not sharing my fries?
No. This is a hard situation. He should not be mad at somebody when you offered him to have french fries. There's the problem. I already offered you to have french fries.
Get your own food.
Yeah.
You
can ask me to give you a couple instead of taking them.
And if I want all my fries, I want all my fries. Am I the butthole for switching to regular milk to prove my lactose intolerant roommate keeps stealing from me? Me and two other guys share an apartment together and we split all the bills. The only thing we don't split costs on is groceries. Everyone's in charge of buying their own food, and we don't touch whatever doesn't belong to us in the fridge. We put our names on everything so no one gets mixed up. The issue has been going on for almost a year, and I'm sick of it.
A year?
Yeah. One of my roommates, R, keeps stealing my food. I get home from work and containers with my leftovers are sometimes missing. They have my name written on it, or my stuff finishes too quick. My gallon of milk, for example. I buy almond milk because I like the taste, but it seems to finish after a week even though I only drank it once or twice. I confronted R about this lots of times, and that's caused lots of arguments. He outright denies it and tells me I'm crazy even though it's so obvious. My other roommate and I carpool together because we both work the same early morning shifts around the same time, so I know it's not him. It's always after we get back home and R's already left for work that I notice my food's gone. My roommate also has a similar problem, but not as often as I do. I'm guessing because R doesn't like what he buys. The funny thing is, R buys a lot for himself and is even more stingy about his food. He will literally point out what's his when he comes back from the grocery shopping and tells us not to touch it. Last week, my milk was nearly empty again and I got fed up. I went to the liquor store, and bought regular dairy milk. I drank what was left of my almond milk and refilled the gallon with the one I bought. This was to prove R is the one stealing since he's lactose intolerant. The next day, Saturday, we get back from work and R is pissed. He yelled at me that he was stuck in the bathroom for 40 minutes with diarrhea because of my milk. He was using it to make a shake. I only responded with, "So then you're the one who's been stealing?" He freaking exploded. Yeah, he admitted he was sometimes drinking my milk and eating my food, but he was more mad that I switched milks than the fact that he was caught. I told him I wouldn't have done that if he had just stopped taking my stuff from the fridge, or at least told the truth instead of trying to make it like I was making it up. My roommate backed me up and thought it was kind of funny he got payback for stealing from us. It's a little tense right now, and my roommate told me R is trying to convince him to agree to kick me out. Little does he know we're both looking to move somewhere else because we're sick of his crap. I told some buddies what happened, and a few think I was a butthole for that. I feel like I'm not in the wrong here. He was taking my food and not even owning up to it, and I wanted to prove it. Does that make me the butthole?
Nope.
No. If I could do that to the people who steal my food, I would.
Yeah, let me tell you, if I could do it for the people who take my stuff at work.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm the one plagued with lactose intolerant, but I don't steal food.
Nope.
Someone was like, not the butthole. As you said, if R wasn't stealing your food, he wouldn't have had a problem. Exactly, it's his stuff. If you're taking somebody's stuff and you get hurt because of it, that is your fault. Your problem. You were the problem. And he was the problem. not the butthole, is your food. You could have put your medication in it, like medicine in it, or even your pet's medication in it. You could have put a laxative in it, or even a syrup of Epicac. And I would still say not the butthole. When people steal food, lie about it, and don't replace it, they reap what they sow. Food is expensive, especially milk substitutes. Without replacing the food, he was essentially stealing money from your wallet. He was stealing from you straight up. That's food. No matter if it's money or food, you're stealing. And yeah, if you wanted to put a laxative in it because you were having, let's just say your excuse was, oh, I was just backed up. I was having some constipation. You can get away with it. You can have an excuse. That's why I put the laxative in it.
That you can get away with anything if you're stuck.
Right. But if you wanted a way to get away with it, just say that you were constipated. Exactly. He was the butthole.
You ain't got to say anything. It's your product.
OP,
you
not
can
the
put
butthole.
whatever in there you want to.
Exactly. It's your food. It is your food.
You can get to placate to him.
What you should do is just straight up put cheese in everything. No, I'm saying it. If you want to get this person to stop stealing your food, put cheese in everything. Just cheese everywhere. Okay, not the butthole. I read a story where something similar occurred. OP liked spicy food, and food thief ate it, and then reported OP to HR for trying to poison him. Wow. So this person had a spicy food. The food thief ate it, and then reported the person who he stole from to HR for trying to poison him. How twisted does your mind have to be? To think that you taking someone else's food means that you're trying to be poisoned by the person that you're stealing from.
Yeah,
that's insane.
You should feel that way, seeing how you taking somebody's stuff.
You are insane. Eventually, that person got fired after HR agreed with the food thief. How is that correct? That's even more insane. OP.
And HR was probably enjoying the food too.
Yeah. OP. Yeah.
They was in it together.
OP got a lawyer, and the story came out that HR and the food thief were in a relationship.
What did I just say?
But they weren't stealing the food together. They were in a relationship.
What did I say?
Oh my gosh.
What did I say?
Company owner fired both offenders and hired OP back with increased pay.
What did I say?
Wow.
What did I say?
That's insane.
Yo, mama know these things.
Wow. Wowee. Wow.
What did I say?
If someone was like, this story is incredible. Who can't tell the difference between almond milk and dairy milk? Yeah, that's his own fault too. He kept drinking it. Not the butthole. If he steals from you, he should face the consequences, especially after you keep bringing it up to him. Butthole for not allowing my boyfriend to game on my laptop.
No.
I'm gonna say no. It's your laptop. But here we go. Let's look. I'm 30.
Don't even let me look at him.
I'm 30 and self-employed and run a small business from home. Oh yeah, you can't be using your laptop for gaming if it's for business. Last year, I finally felt justified in upgrading my laptop. While I've supported myself with my business for a few years, I wasn't fond of spending large sums of money on non-essentials until recently, when I've saved up enough not to worry about cash. I've picked up a nice gaming laptop because it actually supports everything I do work-wise without slowing it down, and the setup is completed with 2 screens. 90% of the things I do are work-related, and I may game occasionally, which is a perk, but not the reason for the setup. If it were to break, my workflow would suffer significantly. My boyfriend, we don't live together, Mark, and he's 35. His laptop is slower and a bit older than mine, but can still handle quite a lot of games. Mark games a lot though. He approached me recently and asked if he could use my setup for gaming, and I refused. Here's where I may be the butthole. When I'm not working, I'm typically on my iPad, and I rarely game, so my laptop is just sitting there, which he pointed out. And that's not where you would be a butthole. It's sitting out because you don't want to use it all the time to like fry it.
No, it's sitting out because it belongs to you.
And that too. That's not where you're the butthole. You're not the butthole at all. If you don't want someone to use your stuff, then someone can't use your stuff. And what if it happened to break while he was gaming? What would he have done? Paid for a new one? Probably not.
That's the case. He could have got him
exactly.
A
He
new one
ain't gonna pay you back. He ain't gonna pay you back if he breaks it. So you better not let him use it. So she was like, I said that I'm sorry, but no, it's still my work laptop. It has my customer's data on it, and I don't want it to break. He argued that I'm paranoid and he wouldn't break it. That's when you know that the person will break it.
Paranoid about what?
That he's gonna break it, which means he's gonna break
it. I'm paranoid that you're gonna wipe something and I lose all of my information.
Or you're gonna break it.
Because you will. Breaking it. It's the information.
You will. And she said, and I said that sure, he likely wouldn't break it, but I'm not gonna take any chances. He called me a selfish butthole and left in a huff. And the last time we spoke, he said I owe him an apology for not sharing. Was I really the butthole? This man thinks that he's on a playground with a shared basketball, and she has to share with him. She bought this laptop herself, paid for it herself. It's her laptop, and he just wants to use it because he's too selfish of himself to reach into his pockets and get himself a new laptop. For catching my sister trying to steal my bags and telling her I'm not giving them to her. I, 27, and my sister, 30, have a really strained relationship. I am very low contact with her, and she only contacts me to either get money or ask me to buy stuff for her kids. Me and my husband, he's 27, are very well off and own a business together, so over time with some fun money, I collected designer handbags. I soon had a collection, so when we brought our house, I made a huge closet to put them all in. Now, recently, me and my husband just announced our pregnancy, and we threw a party, so we messaged family to come over and celebrate us. My sister came, and she looked around a lot for some reason, so since I was suspicious, I made sure to watch her moves. Soon, she started making her way upstairs, and I told my husband to tell people I'm using the bathroom, and I signaled him, showing my sister going upstairs, so I went up with her, trying to be subtle about it. I saw her look around a few rooms and mine and my husband's, and then she found my handbag collection and started looking and looked around a bit and took 3 and stuffed it into her duffel bag. Gosh, if a person brings a duffel bag to a party, you have to know that's bad news.
Well, we've been fighting, pregnant or not.
I forgot to mention, but I should have been suspicious by how awkwardly big it was, but I assumed it was for her 2 kids. She took like 3, which were my really expensive ones, my Birkin, Chanel, and Dior bags. I screamed, "What do you think you're doing?" And she drops the bag and starts saying, "Why are you following me?" And I tell her, "Clearly because you're trying to steal my bags." And she starts saying how I don't need all these bags and I shouldn't be selfish. I told her I'd be happy to give her my old bags, but not these because I enjoy collecting them. I'm sorry if it sounds snobby. It grew to be a habit. Soon she goes...
Well, regardless if it's I ain't gonna give her jack. Why
Right.
you stealing? That's
from me. What the
craziness
heck?
in the first place.
Exactly. Soon she goes down the stairs crying unnecessarily loud, and so a few people follow her asking what's wrong, and she said basically the whole thing that happened upstairs. And everyone kind of scolded her because 5 people, which were my mom, my aunt, my cousin, my dad, and my uncle. My mom and my dad are taking her side, and so now I'm really wondering
if I'm
supposed
to
the
be at
butthole.
my house no more. If they're taking my sister's side, forget it. And she's stealing my stuff.
Wow.
They crazy too.
Someone said, not the butthole. Might be a good idea to install cameras, and obviously don't invite your sister over anymore.
Don't invite their family over.
Right, because if they're taking her side, that's insane. Yeah, you're just condoning stealing. So, someone said you caught theft. Good for you, acting on instinct. And if she does this again, please call the police. Doesn't matter if she's your sister, not the butthole. For calling my girlfriend a ditz. I, 23 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 19 female, for a year. She's cute, but a little bit of an airhead sometimes. Recently, my best friend, 23 male, girlfriend, 22F, made up the rhyme, Ditzy Mitzi went to the city. When us 4 were talking in a group chat, and now we're all calling her Ditzy Mitzi as an affectionate nickname. My girlfriend wrote ha 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 when my friend's girlfriend originally texted the rhyme. Well, weeks later, my girlfriend is now complaining, saying the nickname is rude and that we're all calling her stupid. She's saying that she doesn't want to hang out with my friend or his girlfriend anymore, and that his girlfriend is a B word for making up that rhyme in the first place. I told her we didn't think she's stupid, but she is a ditz and a klutz, and she needs to learn to take a joke and stop being so sensitive. Okay, that's not the right thing.
He is ugly.
Yeah, you weren't the butthole until you said that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was kind of weird to go along with calling her Ditzy Mitzi just in general. That's kind of it is kind of rude, but just then you became the butthole. My girlfriend then got mad at me, saying she's not being sensitive and we're being rude and demeaning to her. Sigh. He literally wrote out sigh. Am I the butthole for joking with her, or is she being the butthole for making a fuss?
No, you being the butthole for even making her make the fuss.
You're the butthole. Someone said you're the butthole. If she said she doesn't like it, then stop. Seriously. Seriously, what the heck? That's insane. You're the... Yeah, he were bullying her. I mean, since she said ha 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 in the first place, you can kind of, like... say it's because she's just being it's like an embarrassed laughter, right? Yeah. Not wanting to do the confrontation, but thinking she can go back and tell her boyfriend that it hurt her feelings, and then he should have known. He shouldn't have been in that game. Right, it's calling her Ditzy Mitzi. That's just so mean. That is mean. But then she's like, that hurt my feelings, and he's like, that doesn't matter. It's a joke. Your feelings don't matter. It's funny, so shut up. If she doesn't like it, don't call her it. At all. finally finished my hair. Really good braids. So thank you, Mom. Hopefully next time I won't. We'll be a lot earlier with getting a video done, so I'm not doing it literally the night/day of in the morning, so it's super early or super late, and so we're not dead tired and stuff. But yeah, so we read some Reddit stories, then at the end we just like finished my hair real quick. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you come back on Wednesdays to watch new shorts every time, and Friday to watch new long videos every time. And if you want to see my mom do anything else, or you want to see anything else, make sure you comment down below. Please like this video, and also subscribe, please, and share this with your friends. Have them to watch it. It's been a trip. It's been a fun little thing, because we did my hair, read some Reddit stories. It was fun. And if you wanna check out my Etsy, I have a lot of things there, like t-shirts and 3D prints and stuff. So if you want anything custom made or anything like that, just check out my Etsy, talk to me, and we'll get it done. So thank you guys so much for watching. You've been watching Nerdosity, and I'll see you next time. Bye!